It's gonna be good, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be better, I can't wait. Making my move, live for the day, sing like a bird, fly like a plane. Come spill with me, Jenny D. Jenny D. Jenny D.
Hello, my beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me with another episode on Spill with Me, Jenny D. I am just so excited. First of all, I would like to thank my sponsors, my spotlight sponsors for September. I want to thank Tanya Cheney, who has Cheney Naturals Massage Therapy. You're going to have to look her up. I'll have all the information below. Ed Mayer from Tri-State Office Furniture. Thank you so much, Ed. And also, I have Jody Rapepi, owner of Bearskin and Laser. There's an event coming up. I have another sponsor, Renee. She is having At Capacity. It's a women's event. It's coming October 25th. She'll be on my podcast soon, so you're going to find out all those details. But thank you so much, everyone, and thank you for supporting me. I'm so excited to start this episode with my twinnie here. My guest today is Angela Patete. Angela Patete and I probably met a couple times, and I just was so interested in what you're doing, and just when she was talking about energy. So I am so excited for you to introduce yourself to the listeners and the viewers.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Angela Patete. I am a native Pittsburgher, and currently I still work full time, but on the side, I am known as the Rose Heart.
I love that.
Yes, thank you. And there's a story behind that.
How come you don't have the Pittsburghese like I do?
And that, if you want all that, you've got it. Just
Where
say
did
it.
you grow up?
I'm from Carnegie,
Mm.
and then I got married, and I moved to Shaler, and then now I'm back in Carnegie.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's not too far from it.
No,
from where I am.
It's easy to get here today.
Where'd you go to school?
So I went to Carleton High School, and then I graduated from Duquesne.
Oh,
University.
nice.
Yes.
Okay. I graduated from Westminster College.
Okay.
In New Wilmington, small area.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit about like how we met, and because that's the thing about when you meet women who are kind of, what do you say, like that are like-minded,
Yes.
or that you feel something like, you know
Right.
what, we need to know each other.
Yes, excellent. I met you a few months ago at an event, and someone introduced us. And I remember walking over, you and another lady that we are both connected to, and I saw these stunningly lovely
You're
women,
so
and I was
sweet.
like, oh my goodness, I have to know who they are. Their energy was just so positive and lovely,
Aw.
and that's how it started. Yes.
You know,
Mhm.
I think that it's true though, as women, like sometimes I used to be so intimidated in a room full of women,
Yes.
especially because I never felt like I was smart enough, just anything like that. You put yourself down so much. But I really want you to get into talking about what you do and why you do what you do.
Yes, I'm happy to. So I, excuse me, I have worked in the professional realms for many, many years. I'm a professional salesperson in technology, but my intuition has always guided me. And I want women to know that your intuition is natural. You are not crazy.
Oh, great. Because I'll tell you what, we do think we're crazy.
Yeah, we do. The world is crazy. We are not.
That's right.
But I had a massive energy awakening during COVID. And I thought that I did think I was having a nervous breakdown. That's the truth.
Okay.
I thought something was going on. I have since learned that women, as we go through perimenopause and menopause, which I know you're aligned with the show,
Menopause Mondays.
the shift also happens to us energetically. And our intuition comes more online. It's just that when you're going through a lot of the hot sweats and the night sweats, you're not
I didn't
thinking
even
about
think
that.
about that.
Yes, but it's part of our natural evolution. So once I led myself through that process, something massive occurred in 2020.
Okay.
And I had a huge spiritual breakthrough. So I decided to work with a former high school classmate of mine who is a current modern shaman. And she helped guide me back to kind of my soul path. And I am currently a visionary shamanic guide. Now, for those who don't know what a shaman is,
Yes.
I clear negative energy from people,
How do you
places,
spell
and
shaman?
things. So shaman is SHAMAN.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm the modern kind, which means I don't do ayahuasca. I do meditation, and I work with your natural energy, your field, your auric field, and then with your permission and intention, I
Okay.
will, with you, and only with that, we will go in and take and remove any negative energy or attachments. So there's a lot of fear, anxiety, stress.
Oh my goodness. Where
Right,
were
chaos.
you when I first started this?
Exactly. We're all carrying a lot, not only within our own personal lives, but the outer world is chaotic. So that sticks to our auric field. So I help women with tools to learn how to release that, give it back. Energy never stops. It's constantly being recycled.
Oh, I see. I didn't even know. I didn't even
Yes.
realize that.
So think about it this way. You know how sometimes there are hurricanes that form,
Yes.
right? They don't start as hurricanes and last as hurricanes. It's just the conditions create the storm. And then the energy expands and it grows, right?
Right.
Until it goes through its cycle and then it dissipates. So the hurricane disappears, but the energy remains. It just transforms from aggressive, assertive,
Right.
destructive to calm, balanced, and in harmony.
Wow.
So if you think of how your emotions work,
right.
how your emotions dictate your responses to things, right?
It's true.
Or how you feel this day. Like today, I woke up, I felt great. Yesterday, not so much. So, it just
Yes.
depends, right? And that's another thing I want women to understand. We are lunar beings. We
Ooh,
go.
what does that mean?
It means we are on a 28-day cycle. I'm sure you understand.
Well,
that, right?
yes, okay, I understand.
So our moods ebb and flow like the moon. Men are solar. Men are 24-hour creatures. So that's why they love structure. They get up at the same time every day. They go to work. They have the same drive and energy. Doesn't that make sense?
Yes, because if you think about it, like, I always say this to myself, like, I feel like women are very good at multitasking.
Yes.
And I feel like with men, they are you're right, they're structured.
Yes.
So they're like solar and we are like the moon.
Yes. Nuanced, emotional. We flow like the rivers and the oceans, currents.
I feel like I almost feel lighter, like just sitting here, Angela, when you're talking about these things, because this is things that I have never really researched. I've heard of them, but I don't know a lot about them, and I'm sure the listeners and viewers are just so interested in learning so much more. So tell us a little bit. So you had a friend; she was the one that kind of helped you through your anxiety and stuff.
Yes, so she helped weave these parts of myself back together. So I'm sure many of you are familiar with the term called clairvoyance. Like people who are clairvoyant, they can see things.
Yes.
See the unseen. So I am clairvoyant, claircognizant, which is a knowing.
Okay.
I'm clairaudient, which I hear the whispers of the nature. And this is something that almost every woman I meet means. Yes, well, every woman I meet is clairsentient. That if you're an empath, that means you.
That's me.
Yes.
Okay, so
we feel things.
We feel things.
We are feelers, yes.
It's hard, I think, say it again, it's a
clairsentient.
Is a empath.
Just empath, yes. Empath is easier to say.
I know, I'm like, oh, geez. But I feel like with that kind of emotion, we hold so much in our hearts.
Yes.
I want to save the world.
Yes.
And
right.
I when I watch TV and I see something horrific happen or terrible happen, I feel for them. I lose sleep over it. Like I feel like I know them. My husband used to get mad at me for years. He would travel. I was home with the kids. I have 3 kids. They're adults now. But I remember somebody would have a baby or somebody would be in the hospital and they'd come home and I would just make a meal for them. Because that's how I was raised with my grandmother, my mother were very loving and giving. And I don't even care if I don't know them. I'm bringing them food.
Yes.
Food was comfort.
Yes.
And he would get mad. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you bringing food to people you don't even know? And I don't know. I just felt like that was something that, do you think it's maybe my wave of like, why I should do it? Like, why do you think that made me want to do something like that?
I'm so glad we're talking about this. So glad. Thank you for that story.
I was almost scared. I thought you was going to say, "Oh gosh, Jen, there's something wrong with you."
Most powerful force in the world is love, and so that's why when I say you're not crazy, you're not. Yes. The world is a very heavy place right now, and it doesn't resonate with our hearts. And if you're empathetic, you feel almost guilty Or I've seen certain talk shows and people out there saying that empathy is what's wrong with the world. No, it's what the world needs. And that's your superpower. That's part of your strength. Love, there's no greater force in this world than love. So my goal, my mission is to heart align. That's why I'm called the Rose Heart. And there is a story behind that. But everything's heart centered. So when we strengthen our hearts and we accept, acknowledge, and love ourselves for being empathetic,
You're
for
right.
being
Love
loving.
ourselves. Oh,
Yes,
why
for
is that
not
so hard?
we just we live in a consumerized world where we're
Mhm.
not pretty enough, we're not skinny enough, we're not good enough, right? So we're constantly buying products and we believe the lie. We believe the lie that we're not enough and you are enough.
I
And
love I'm writing all this stuff down. I
You
feel
are
like
enough.
I'm taking notes. You
it's
are
true.
enough. I
You
love
are
that.
enough. You are enough and you are worthy. And so we live in a world that is designed right now to distort reality, to keep us divided. So what love does is it's the great unifier because love doesn't judge.
True.
So the first thing we have to do is love ourselves first. Get rid of all that baggage. This is what I help women do. Get rid of all that baggage and nonsense you don't need to take with you because you are worthy. You are beautiful as you are. And you are ready to take on something new and better energy. So we clear the junk that you
Yes.
don't need to carry.
Throw it away, ladies.
Throw it away. Clean out the garage and the closet, right?
Wait, before you do that, so every episode, everything I write on all my social medias, it's hello, my beautiful people.
Yes.
Because I realized, and when you were saying about COVID,
Yeah.
Angela, same thing happened to me. I was depressed. I didn't know who I was. I didn't recognize myself. I was like, what is my purpose? What is my passion? I need to be doing something. I need to be helping people. Should I volunteer? I just didn't know what I was supposed to do. I was like, somebody give me a sign. And then I figured it out. I love to talk to people. And I love the fact that, I just got to that point where I was like, there's so many things happening with, COVID and people were struggling and people were alone. And I was like, no, I don't want people to feel alone. So
Right.
my mission was, let's talk about addiction and, things that like anything that's really going to, mental health is my really
Yes.
big power. Like
Yes.
feel like that is like slipping away. It should not be slipping away. But when you were talking about that, that's what really hit me is during COVID time. And I was like, I'm telling everybody they're beautiful because you are beautiful in your
Yes.
own way.
Right.
And don't think you're not. You're
Yes.
beautiful inside and out, but it's like it's hard. But why is it hard? Why is it easy for me to tell somebody else, but it's hard for me to think of it as myself as beautiful?
Well, there may be several reasons for that.
Yeah.
First of all, you are beautiful. So inside and out because your heart, but I think part of it has to do with people pleasing.
Yes, and I said thank you. How about that? 'Cause
Yeah.
this is one thing my cousin told me that when somebody gives you a compliment, say thank you.
Mhm.
I'm usually like, no, like they'll say, oh, your hair looks like, oh my God, I haven't washed it. It's so greasy. I downplay it.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad Angela's
Yeah.
here to help me. Well, I'm having it my own little.
It's
session
okay.
here.
So we're having our little energy session,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yes. And just so you know, Jenny, I had to go through all of this myself. So I learned this through living. And it is, there was a time I felt very ugly on the inside and out. It's about self love, accepting. It's about accepting the things you can't change. It's stop judgment of yourself so that you learn how to not judge others. When I let go of judgment and I start to forgive people, because what happens is forgiveness is also it's you liberate yourself. So when you don't continue to replay the loop, the nightmare of the past, of the trauma,
Right.
you free yourself.
So forgiveness is freeing yourself.
It is freeing yourself. You are liberating yourself.
I love that.
Yes, and then you no longer feel like the victim. You become the victor. That's the important thing. You are the victor of your life.
No more victim. I love
Right.
that.
And you have a story to tell. And I'm very compassionate. I'm only here to convey, not to convince that you have so much power in you. So much power. I'm here to help women seize it, and I want to gift it to you because it was always yours. But we are siphoned by negativity, chaos, confusion, distortion, unworthiness, not good enough, depression. All of those things can be alchemized by love, released, set free. with intention that aligns
Right.
to your heart. If you can get rid of the monkey mind chatter that's in your head,
Yes.
right?
Oh my goodness.
Set it free, because we live in a mental society. It's all about go, 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 do. You gotta climb the ladder, you gotta be successful.
Right.
But that's not based on what we know in our heart is best
Right.
for us. You get to decide what success looks like for you.
I love that. It's
Yes,
so true
it's
because,
true.
you know, my husband and I were so different because he's like, want to make, he goes, what do you, if somebody asked me right now, like if you said, do you want to be rich or famous? I'm like, I'd rather be famous in what I'm trying to get across to the world, to just tell them like you said, like we have to remember that we've all been through something. We all have a story to
Yes.
tell. We just have to know that we're not alone.
Correct.
And the story that we tell could, like, there could be a woman out there listening right now, Angela, and she could be like, oh my gosh, I'm an empath. You know, I'm really struggling to get out of bed because of all this chaos that is going on in our minds. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, when things happen, I'm like, well, I can't put like a happy reel out about what I'm doing with my show because something just tragic just happened. So, you know, you're thinking like you can't open yourself up, try to bring that love into the community, into the public, if something horrible has happened because you feel like you're downplaying the horrific thing that just happened. So what do you do about that?
So I think you have to honor yourself, because when horrific things happen, they impact us, right? From the heart. And it's okay to take a step back, to take a day or two to think it through and just take a breath. But I always come back to my heart, and I always try to be wise about things. When I share a story, it's like, look, you are still a good person. You know, it's not about your opinion, it's about who you are. Our thoughts are not who we are. Who we are is how we show up in the world, because it's more consistent. Our behaviors dictate who we
Right.
are, right? So if you don't want to be a part of the chaos or the nastiness, then show goodness, show love, do something kind for someone
Right.
else, right?
Yeah.
Because that's who we are.
Kindness is contagious.
Yes,
right?
I agree. And it's needed. And love is a superpower. So I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back.
We're going to have like capes. We're going to wear capes. We are going to be the superheroes that are bringing love into the world.
Hearts
Hey,
for
did
everyone.
you know this? When you say hearts, I was just telling somebody this. I doodle hearts all the time because I was born on Valentine's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and my mom always jokes and said that my head was shaped like a heart. I don't think that's true. Although maybe that little soft spot. No, but when I look at the roses, and when you're talking about, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, those kind of things align with
Yes.
me. You know.
And there's one more. So you always start your podcast is hello, my beautiful people.
Yes.
I always start my little videos, because I've been putting videos out for 2 years. Hello, beautiful human.
That's right. That's right. You should see her on TikTok. You are like, she's going crazy on TikTok. My God,
thanks.
the followers that you have on there, it's because there are people out there that want to hear your message. You're putting so many valuable, important messages out there for anybody to hear.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. And they're not for profit. They're just to help us stay grounded and
Yes.
sane and in our heart.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wait, so you started that 2 years ago?
Yes.
And you went on, because after you learned from your friend and you felt like, you know what, did you say to yourself, I need to spread this to the world? Like, I need to help other women because you got help from.
Yes. And we're always up leveling, right? We're always trying to learn and grow and stretch. So yes, I just felt called, like you have a voice. You felt called to do this. I felt called to put out content. And again, not to be famous, but just to plant seeds of hope, love, and wisdom. Right? That's all.
I think that that's so important because, you know, and like you said, we have to remember, and I think that that's the hardest part with, you know, with me. I don't know how other women feel, but I have to remember that I'm trying to do something that's going to help other people. And, you know, I'm not doing it for selfish reasons. You know, when I started this podcast, I was actually crying for help. I was going through a lot of things myself. So that's why I was like, I need to help other people because I don't want them to think that, because I thought I was alone.
Right.
I thought I was the only one going through it.
Yes. And here's the thing I want you to know, because this connects.
Yes.
So you have a beautiful light inside of you. I can see the color of your rose.
Oh, I thought you meant like all of us.
Well, I do mean everybody.
What color's my light?
Okay, so you obviously you have a bright fuchsia rose heart, and it's very bright and very bright. Very vibrant. Every woman and man, believe it or not, every one of us has an inner rose heart. So,
Inner rose
I want
heart.
to tell you
Okay.
that story in just a second.
Yes.
But every light in you have a beautiful light in the world. All of us are. And what I love about what's happening today, so even though things seem chaotic and crazy, here's the good news. Women are making connections and building networks underground, right? Even though we're not really underground, like we're in a lot of the same groups
Right.
locally.
Mm-hmm.
Think of all the power in that room when we're all together. We're all shining a light. When we all shine those lights together, it becomes a star. It's the women of the world who are putting the good things, who are doing the work to salvage it with love. And more will continue because things are going to get a little hairier. They're going to get a little crazier. So we want to stay grounded and rooted in love and see the good. Make connections, align with people that make us feel good, right?
It's so true.
Yes.
Before I even started this, Angela, I thought, okay, I have my friend group and I'm good. But now, like it'll be 4 years in January that I started this. I have met so many amazing.
Yes.
I met my guests, men too,
Yes.
but my goodness, I find myself going to a lot of these groups with mostly women. And I'm just in awe.
Yes.
And sometimes I get lost with, and you tell me, because I always say this, with people's titles.
Yes.
She has a PhD. I'm like, I have a bachelor's degree in broadcasting and a theater minor. I downplay my education because this person has like a master's in this and a master's in that. And they're, I'm like, oh, they're doing, and they're on all these, boards and helping. And I'm like, I'm not doing enough. Like why do we feel like that?
So really great questions. Let's back that up a little.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Because there's some other synchronicities
Like,
here.
I need to know this a lot.
I have an opera minor, a music minor from Duquesne.
We're gonna start singing.
Yes. Well, yeah, don't get me started. I can do that. Just teasing.
Listen, my daughter's a singer.
Yes.
She's a singer actor. She's the triple threat. But I sang at weddings. I was just like,
so did I. I sang in church for decades.
Yes. Mine was more like my friends and family. I wasn't like paid to do it. Like, so it was mostly like friends and family. But singing to me, Angela.
Yes.
Cleanses my soul.
Yes,
it uplifts me and makes me feel so good. I don't even care what song it is. I'm jamming in the car.
Singing is energy. Energy is frequency. Okay, so I always tell people, please, if you're in a downtrodden mood, put on some music that makes you feel good.
Say that again. Singing is frequency.
Singing is frequency. Frequency is energy. Music, anything auditory, even this podcast.
Yes.
I don't know what the frequency will be. Any type of sound is frequency. That's why I don't listen to the news because it's so negative. Like,
yes,
I don't want it. I know it's there.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I don't need to take it into my field. And so it's more important that you feed yourself, like we feed ourselves good nutrition, hopefully, right?
Yes.
Right?
Sometimes.
Yes, exactly. Feed yourself good frequency. Frequency nourishes the body the nervous system.
Oh, the mindset of like,
yes.
That I really do, because the guilt. Like if I went home right now and I had pizza and ice cream and I felt sick to my stomach, the guilt I put on myself, that is like, oh my gosh, why'd I do that? And then I'm mad at myself all day.
Okay.
I'm the one that put that pizza in my mouth.
So here's the beauty in that. You're allowed to honor your inner child once in a while and have fun and play and let it go. Yay! It's like a day in Kennywood. Just go have fun. Have the corn dogs and the fries and the waffles and the, right? Do it all. Do it all. Okay, do it all. Just do it all. Right? Yes.
So we're allowed to have our inner child come out.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
We have to play and have fun. Joy is a part of life. Joy is part of love. These are things that are so simple. But we just don't
practice them.
Right.
It's almost like there should be a course in high school that says, find your inner child, find your energy, what makes you who you are, because we're all so different.
Yes.
That's what makes this world so wonderful.
Yes.
The people you meet, and I looking into like Angela's eyes, like I can just see so much like you're so bright. You're light. I don't even
Oh,
know what
wow.
color your light
Thank
is.
you.
Look at me. Look at me. I just got trained up. I'm already to do it. What is it called? A shaman.
You're a shaman.
I'm a shaman.
There you go. She's a local shaman. There's a shaman in all of us.
There's a shaman. But I do. I feel that's why I gravitate towards certain people, because I can feel their energy.
Yes.
And when I do see someone who is shy or timid, or you can tell, like at a party, or I've always been like this, like in school, if there's that girl sitting by
Yes.
herself eating lunch, I'm
Yeah.
right there.
Right.
I'm going to cry just thinking about that, because it hurts my heart
Yes.
to see someone alone like that.
Yes.
And even if they said, "Oh, I'm fine. I just want to be alone." I don't know if that's so true.
Yes. Yeah. I
People
would,
like their private time, though.
that is true. That is also true. Well, you can still honor and respect their wishes, right? And just say, hey, just anytime you ever want someone to talk to, just know I'm
Right.
curious about you. I don't know you, If you ever want to sit down and have a cup of coffee, whatever, or just respect their peace. Yes, we don't have to fix them, right? I think we feel like it's our job to fix people.
Mhm.
No, only if they want us to help them. Like, I appreciate being on this podcast, and I hope people are getting out of this, right? But I'm not going to solicit you. I will advertise because you'll know instinctively if you are magnetically attracted to someone. So I recommend that with anything. A doctor that you want to go see,
Right.
align with who you feel is going to help you, right? Or if you go, have you ever been to a doctor that you were like, oh,
That's funny
right?
you said that.
Right. Well, then they're not the right one for you.
Right.
So honor your own energy, honor your feelings. We are taught not to feel. We are taught to put our feelings to the side and keep it in here. And that's where we are disconnected. All of those disconnections.
So true.
You got to honor how you feel, because your body doesn't lie to you. It will never lie to you.
Your body never lies.
The body never lies. The heart never lies. I'll give you an example. It's kind of funny. Anytime I leave the house,
Yes.
my body will send me a signal if I forgot something. And it's always right.
It's true.
Yeah. Yes.
That is so true. If you think about it, our brains are so, it's
Mhm.
fascinating to even think about it, because right now you're thinking about what we're talking about, where we are at the present time. And that was the other thing that, going back though, Angela, when I was saying about titles,
Yes.
because we started
We got
singing.
sidetracked. Yes.
We started singing. What do you tell someone? Because I'm sure there's others. I can't be the only one out there that's thinking that you get intimidated being in a crowd, or at certain events, or wherever you go, because you don't feel like you're doing enough,
Yes.
or you are educated enough. And is it a woman thing, or do you think it's just a society thing?
I'm not 100% certain, but I can answer it from my own experience. I too have a bachelor's degree. I am not a licensed therapist. I'm not a medical doctor. I do not prescribe, and nor do I make any claims of medical or miraculous healing. But I know the power of my energy. I know the power of presence. I have confidence in that ability now. I don't second guess it. I don't care if I don't have certifications. It doesn't matter to me, because energy never lies. You are special as you, Jenny D, because of your platform, because of who you are as a person, because of your energy. People are drawn to you. They want to be around you because of who you are, not because of who you think you should be.
That's very interesting.
And we all have to understand that we're all unique and beautiful and perfect. I used to say to my friends, my imperfections make me perfect, because there's only one me.
That's true.
There's only one you.
I used to say all the time, like, perfect is not, there's no such thing as perfection or perfect. And I didn't realize that I wanted to be a perfectionist in certain areas. I'm not the cleanest person. I do have a junk drawer that is a junk drawer. There's some people
laughing for a reason.
There's some people that have junk drawers, like my cousin. I'm going to call her out, Lisa. That's organized. Like, I'm like, this is not a junk drawer, because she has like all the nails are here, or all this is here, and all the pens are here. No, mine's all like, you got to search everything. What? Like, why is that? Like, we in our minds, I try not to be that scattered, like how my junk drawer is.
Yes.
But I don't want to put myself in that like perfection, like everything has to be perfect. Like my house is not the cleanest house. I think we put ourselves, put so much pressure on ourselves as women.
We do.
The house needs to be clean.
Yes.
This needs to be done. I don't leave the house without my bed being made. I know that's really strange.
No, it's your thing.
It's my thing. I cannot leave if my bed's not made, it bugs me all day.
Okay, it's your thing. At least you know you got one thing done.
Yes.
Right?
And then before I go to bed at night, I don't want dishes in the sink.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like you said, we're all so unique.
We are. We are. The thing is to show. There's a saying I use, and I believe this wholeheartedly.
I gotta write this down.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Give yourself space and grace. You don't have to be perfect. If you're having a bad day, honor it. We all have that. If you're feeling in a great mood, share it, or just do something that makes you happy or fills your bucket. Right?
Fill your bucket. Give yourself space and grace.
And then extend it to others.
That's so true.
Right?
It's easy for me to try to help somebody else through things. Like, oh, you should do this, and you're so beautiful, you're doing so well. And then I get home and I'm like, what about me? Maybe I'm not feeling that, or maybe I'm not getting that from someone.
Or maybe you're giving too much of your own energy away to others. As an empath.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm calling everybody I know. I want my energy back.
Well, this is one of the things I do, and I want to figure out a way to help the collective meaning all of us, learn that there is a way to remain an empath, open-hearted, caring, compassionate, without giving all of it away and having nothing for ourselves. Or what's happening now, because we're in distortion, let's just say, we're taking on things that aren't ours, and it fills us with discomfort and dis-ease. We have trouble sleeping, right? Or we have stomach problems because it's outside of us, but it's not us. So if there's a way to learn how to put an energy barrier around yourself where you keep what's yours and you don't allow what is not yours to stay outside of you.
Ooh, I got to be in a bubble now.
Yes, but you're still, think of it like, how in our homes we have an air filter.
Yes.
It catches all the stuff you don't want to breathe in. It's like putting a filter around you.
Okay. All right. I like that. Put a filter around you. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's funny how we were saying this off air. What's that book called? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or is that right?
Yeah, or vice versa. Yes.
And how different we are because my husband will, I tell him, oh my gosh, did you hear on the news or this and that, because broadcasting was my major and I was actually in TV and radio for a little while. But I'd be like, and he'd be like, oh, that stuff's been happening for years. It's just now it's on the news because there's so much, out there now on the television and this and that. But he's like, that's been happening for years. But I don't see that because it's so valuable. Like you get your phone and boom, it comes right up.
Yes.
So you can't even escape the news.
Yes, you have to intentionally block it. Or how do I want to say? I don't allow those alerts on my phone. I turn them all off. I don't permit the news. I don't have the news in my house. In fact, I got rid of cable 2 years ago.
Did you really?
I did. Yeah. In fact, there's a standing joke that if you want to watch the Steelers, because I do watch the Steelers, I never know what channel they're on. But since I don't have all the services, right? Don't go to Angela's house.
Forget it.
Yes.
Can't watch it at Angela's.
Yes. But if you live a little bit more intentionally about acknowledging the negativity is there, but you don't want to absorb it, you can shift. When you shift your frequency, you shift your life.
Right.
So shift into joy. Choose the things that you love. It sounds easier than it is, especially if you live with someone who has the television on all the time.
Right.
Okay. Or is addicted to noise or content. Because there is such a thing as content addiction.
What?
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
Yes.
Okay, so here, this might be something too. Like, for instance, my husband can't fall asleep unless the TV's on.
Okay.
I need the TV off and I need darkness.
Yes.
So why is that so? Why are men and women so different when it comes to that? Or why are we, I'm not saying men and women in general because everybody's different sleeping habits. Because I have a friend that she falls asleep with the TV on.
Yes, same. I have friends same way.
Yeah, so maybe it's just
it's just a different wiring. It is just a different wire. I can't answer that specifically, but it's your inner barometer of peace requires a different frequency than his. As you say, you're on different frequencies when you're ready to rest.
Well, Angela was so sweet. She came to our first Steeler tailgate, which was this will be airing a couple weeks after. But when we were there, I could, Angela was talking about like coming and getting rid of negative energy, or if you can like meet somebody and feel like, oh, that they're clouded, or maybe their space is just not clear
Yes.
because too much is going on. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, I feel like when you were saying you'll go somewhere and you can like get rid of negative energy
Mhm.
for someone, how would you do about that? Like, how would you do
So if I'm working with a private client, it's all through intention,
that?
right?
Okay.
So sometimes people have been carrying heaviness of some type, whether to your point, they don't feel good enough, or they're in a constant state of depression. Okay, and again, I'm not a medical licensed therapist. I don't prescribe anything. But if you are under a doctor or a therapist's care, this can augment or not, this can augment how you feel because it's energy. And it's learning how to release the things, the traps. We do a lot of repetitive programming in our lives. We tend to, until we learn our lessons. Okay, so we tend to repeat a pattern. All right, until we consciously decide to break the pattern. But we have to be awakened to the fact that it's a pattern to begin with. So sometimes you attract abusive partners. It's a pattern. It's a pattern you can choose to break. There was a woman who was having consistent nightmares over and over. She had the same nightmare over and over again. We kind of got in and worked. I worked with her a couple of times, and now she doesn't have nightmares anymore. So we have to fill the void, but you want to fill the void that you remove with positive energy, because you don't.
Wow.
Yes.
That is so interesting.
Yes.
Like, I remember when I was younger, I would have the same dream. Like, it wasn't every night, but I would have this dream that and I used to get scared about this when I was younger, that somebody's going to break in.
Mm.
And even, being alone with the kids when they were younger, I had the alarm on. But the dream that I had when I was younger was everybody was running out the door, escaping from the intruder. And I was running down the steps, but I wasn't going anywhere. Like, I was the last one, trying to get out, and my feet were like, I wasn't moving. Is that something that like some type of trauma that that some of us have, that like we'll have these dreams from our childhood, that maybe something happened that
Yes.
is not clear?
Yes, it can be for sure.
Mm.
Yes, and there are other things to it as well.
Yes.
Yeah, because when you sleep, your dreams are a part of your consciousness. When you sleep, your consciousness goes into the astral realm, and your soul never sleeps. So it goes off and it has its own little adventure. And
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't make sense to the human mind.
Right.
All right. So, but it does tell you a story. There's usually a meaning for it. I don't remember a lot of my dreams, but I can help certain people. It depends on what their trauma is or their concern. Again, based on the law of attraction. If they feel I can help them, I will be able to help them.
Right. You're right.
Yes.
It's got to be like together.
Mutual.
I guess.
Yes.
Mutual. We were also talking about, which is so fascinating too. We were talking about the clouds.
Yes.
Tell the listeners of yours, what did you call that? Like when you actually saw the
Yes.
angel?
Yes. So I work with a lot of the divine realms. All of my work is in good juju. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. And so Archangel Gabriel is very connected to me. So last night there was this beautiful image during the sunset hour. And I pointed my compass because I wanted to see what direction, because archangels are guardians of the directional axes. Where I was standing, it was perfect due west. And that is the direction of Archangel Gabriel. So he was there to support me. And it was right on the precipice of a very important conversation I needed to have. Plus, it was on the precipice of this conversation, too. Yes. And then this morning, I was looking out my window, and Archangel Raphael was pointed to the east. So there's Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing. And healing isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's mental, it's what you need. So they're all around us. I came in today as I was parking in the lot. I saw this gorgeous, huge angel above us in the clouds. So even though things feel heavy, there is magic in the ether, and it's there to support us always.
That I keep smiling. If you're listening and you don't see me, I keep smiling because I feel like the joy in you, that you're bringing so much joy, because There is so much to this world that we are not seeing because we are, just so wrapped up in the negativity
Yes.
because sometimes it bombards us, and then we forget about nature
Yes.
and people and human, kindness to each other. But like for some reason, since I was telling Angela this off air, I love to look at the sky. Like I
Mhm.
could just sit on my porch, and when I see the clouds moving, I see visions, or I
Yes.
see like I'm like, oh, that looks just like a smiley face, or hey, that looks like a dog, or
Yes.
I feel like
Connect.
something. Yes,
Connect
but I
to it.
always felt like I could never tell anybody that.
No.
They would think I was weird.
No. This is all very normal, by the way. That's what I want you to know. And especially
normal anymore.
well, we're going to create our own normal. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Because as we now, what I wanted to make sure, just tying to your point, there's a reason why all this is happening. So women right now who are in perimenopause or in menopause, you are coming online intuitively in droves because the world needs more love. So don't think any of this is weird. If you're experiencing these things to tap into it further, you are coming online intuitively. The
Yes.
world needs womb wisdom. Let me explain what that is. Womb wisdom is, and by the way, it could be the clouds. I could sit for hours in front on a beach and just listen and watch the waves over and over again.
Yes.
It's the same feeling. Or take a walk and sit under a tree. Same thing. Nature is a wonderful healer. It's the natural healer.
Yes.
So women are magical creatures, and we don't give ourselves enough credit, and it is siphoned from us in the world because we are the only species that can birth a literal soul into matter. Okay,
That's true.
power.
That is so true.
And here's what I want you to understand. Our vessel, like think of someone very famous or powerful in the world today, whether you like them or not. The vessel of their mother had to be stronger or as strong as the child that came through it. Think of the nuclear reactor, right? It has to be strong enough to hold the material inside so it doesn't leak and wreak havoc on the air and the environment. The mother vessel is the power source. We have been taught to believe it is not true.
That's so true.
It is the rise of the matriarch. You're coming online on purpose for a reason. And 2020 was the Great Reset. It reset nature. It reset Mother Earth. It's resetting power grids on the earth. Part of the chaos, this is a little woo-woo, so bear with me here.
Yes.
Part of the chaos in the world is because the world is falling under what I call the toxic weight of the patriarchy. Okay? Men who run the world, a world that wasn't designed for us. But also women are shifting into their authentic natural power.
Very interesting.
Yes, and it is the matriarchs who are rising and leading the way.
Wow.
Yes, and it's through love. It's through the unapologetic
That's
joy
so
of
powerful,
love.
Angela.
Yes, but it's true.
It's when you said that, what I've learned too, like we were saying, with perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, because every woman goes through it,
Yes.
and it's for the rest of your life. So I'm sorry, it's like breaking news, And I'm learning so much about my body because I was struggling in January. I thought, I hit rock bottom. I gaining weight, couldn't get out of bed, blah blah blah. Anyway, I was searching, so that's when I started Menopause Mondays in March, and I had all different guests on. But what I was saying was, when we were talking about this one woman and I were talking, she was saying, and I didn't even realize this, when we're born, when women are born, they have the eggs, and as so many, like in our 20s, a million or whatever in our 30s, it just keeps depleting. When we hit 40s, that's when it's like we're losing that energy or that estrogen. 50s, 60s. We need estrogen,
yes,
as women, because that's kind of like that fuels our heart, our brain, our bones. These are things that I'm learning because nobody talked about.
Right.
Our grandparents and
No.
our mothers and they never talked about but that's not their fault because there was no knowledge, there was no information out there to tell women, like, guess what? You can help yourself.
Yes.
And I think that we became brittle. Osteoporosis. One woman, Kelly, said to me, "Do you know any men that have osteoporosis?" I'm like, "No." Bingo, because
Right.
of our bones.
Yes.
And when we deplete ourselves of that estrogen, that is our kind of like our being. I mean, do you talk about that at all with how important estrogen is to women?
I have not yet, but what I will talk to women about is I will see either an iron or a calcium deficiency in the body when I go into the energy field, and the importance of nutrition and finding some form of exercise, whether it's walking, but more water, like all of these things. What's interesting is when you see a rainbow, you're probably familiar with the chakras, right? Or like
Yes.
doing Reiki or energy work.
Mhm.
So all of those centers are in our body. What I learned during my own shamanic journey is food also has that frequency. So there are times when if you have,
Okay.
yes, when you clear certain things, let's say you have stomach issues, but that might be tied to an emotional need or a nervous system need, right?
Okay.
Because it's not just physical, there's always another type of trigger. So once you kind of clear it, I may receive post session instructions about the colors of food you need, the types of food you need, what your energetic integration period is. Usually it
Okay.
always includes water because we need water. When I hear someone say to me, and I have had this happen more than once,
Oh no.
I hate water. It's like, oh, how could you hate? Like it's the most natural substance
Right.
and you need it. And part of the reason you may have toxins in your body is because you're not flushing them out properly.
True.
Right. So, and again, I'm not a medical doctor. Remember that. But there is always an integration period. So when you have an energy session with me and with others, if post instructions come through, it's to help you ground because
Okay.
you're going to feel a little loopy. Okay, but you will feel clear and lighter. All right.
Nice.
But similar to when you have either, let's say, outpatient surgery or surgery, you know how you feel like you need some time to heal?
Right.
What I call it is the integration period because you literally are removing energy from your body. We're sending it back to source to repurpose. We're bringing healthy energy in. We're working with the rainbow ray of the divine, which is the archangels, to
Okay.
align it based on whatever color energy center you need it. And then they provide the instructions to me to share what type of uh, meal plan, or it's not that formal. It's usually like I see chili a lot. Like a lot of people need
Yes.
grounding, so they need like earthy food. So I have that's always an interesting conversation when I'm talking to someone who's a vegan or someone who doesn't eat meat. So it's usually root vegetables. So
Right.
like they'll tell me what is needed, but nutrition is so important
Yes.
and the vitamins and the minerals things. So to your point, I don't specifically discuss estrogen. I talk about nutrition and how to fuel your energy,
Right.
okay, and not deplete it. Find ways to refuel it. But what does come online is your wisdom.
Mm.
Your wisdom comes online. You just start to know things. And this is a joke. We enter our I do not give an F era
Oh
of
yes.
our lives, right?
Yeah, that one
So
lady
we're
over
going to
there.
be facetiously clean, you know.
I love that. It's so funny.
Yes, right? Because you start to shift, your perspective shifts too.
Right.
Yes.
I think that we sometimes, like you said, I didn't even think about this, but when you were saying about the rainbow and the colors in the rainbow, that has to do with, explain that again, like the colors in the rainbow. Why do we see the reds, the blues, the greens? Yeah, like why is that?
Because it's the color spectrum, the visible one. And all of those frequencies, all of those colors have a frequency and a sound. Okay?
Wow.
Yes, just like we all do. We all have a frequency signature and a sound.
Okay.
And those parts of our energy centers in our body require certain frequencies of nutrients to optimize to help us heal. Okay, does
Oh
that
my
make sense?
gosh.
So sometimes the healing modality is through sound. So, for example, a good heart meditation, and this is not the only frequency you can use for the heart, but a beautiful heart frequency meditation is through the 444 frequency.
What is
Okay.
that?
It's a frequency. It's a frequency,
444.
444 hertz. So, but there are different heart meditations. There are different frequencies that align to the heart. That's just one of them.
Okay.
Okay, it's just an example of one. I've been working a lot with the 369 theory, the Tesla theory. Everything is 369, 963, except all of the different combinations. There is a heart alignment within that numeric value as well. So there's just different ways to connect. It's kind of how you want to connect your way. What resonates with
Right.
your heart frequency.
Yes, that makes so much sense because we,
Mhm.
like we were saying before, we're just all so different. And what, what we find is that that's why I love to have guests on that talk about something that I'm not knowledgeable about and that other people out there probably don't. They hear it, but they're like, "What is it? Well, I don't know what it is." They don't understand that it is something that it's so great to learn
Yes.
because it's just and it's more knowledge to your, add it to your like you
Yes.
said,
Your wisdom
your
bank.
wisdom bank. Yes, add it to your wisdom bank. That's what I'm
Uh,
saying. And sometimes we feel like we're overloading ourselves with information. But when after our conversation, if I run, oh, you should listen to my guest, Angela. Oh my gosh, when she talks about the frequencies and the energy and the heart, you got to hear. So and then the next person says, oh, Jen had this guest, so I feel like the communication of us helping each other
yes.
to know that there are other ways. There's
Yes.
energy ways. There's other ways to talk to someone. Say, listen, I need help. I've having these dreams, or I'm just,
Yes.
these nightmares about this or that, or, I think that like sometimes, I always wondered this, why don't we, like you were saying before, when we're like, oh, if we don't agree, we don't find ourselves aligned with this doctor, but we feel like we have to go to that doctor because that doctor takes my insurance, and that's where all my friends go, and then you end up going and you just don't mesh with them. I remember I did do that. I was searching for a doctor and I went in this room and I knew right then and there her energy, like the doctor never met me before. I was brand new, right? She was like this on her paper. Okay, so what's your birthday?
Yep.
What's your name?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. And I was like, and I so bad, and I said to,
Mhm.
and I'm always this person, Angela. After the fact, I would go. I should have said something like, "Excuse me, like, are you having a bad day?" Because I feel like we're not really aligned. I mean, I would never say that now. Hearing that, from Angela, I would have said it like that, like, "Hey, do you like want me to be here? Do you want me to be your patient? Because you're not acting like it." I
Right.
So I had to pay, of
Of
course.
course.
Jinx,
We're chorusing.
of course. And I searched for another doctor. Now I did find another doctor,
Yes.
and she was, more up my alley, and was
Right.
listening to me. Still, there's never enough time, in a doctor's office sometimes.
Right.
But yeah. So what do you say to someone when? Because I feel like we don't like say our hairdresser didn't do. We kind of want to move on to somebody different.
Yes.
But we feel obligated because it's your cousin's cousins.
Well, let me think about this for a moment here. You have every right to do what is right for you. I don't worry about. I'm at the point now in life where this is hard. This is something I had to learn. Where I don't care what other people think. If they judge it, they judge it. It's not my judgment. I give it back with love and grace and kindness. That's part of that energy thing that you can learn how to
Right.
train yourself with. I don't take on the negativity of someone else or their projections. They're not mine. They belong to someone else. I have to honor myself. If I am no longer happy with the hairdresser or a storekeeper, the place I used to shop or wherever, it's about pleasing me, my heart.
Right.
We change, we align. You can think of people in your life, right, that you may have been best friends with 25 years ago, 30 years ago that you can still be friendly with, but you've moved on. It's no different. It's no
Right.
different. You're evolving, honor it.
You're
Honor it.
evolving. I love
You're
that.
evolving, honor it.
That is so true. Oh my gosh, this
Mhm.
was such valuable information. Angela, is there something else we didn't touch on that you'd like to talk about that we did not discuss?
Well, I didn't share real quick.
Yes.
The rose hearts. I'm going to tell you real
Yes.
quick.
Tell us
So,
about that.
Mother Mary came to me in a vision, surrounded by roses, and of course, I've always prayed to Mother Mary. And she came to me later in a meditation. We took a walk. She is the one who gave me the name Rose Heart.
Oh,
And
I
she
love
said,
that.
thank you. She said, you are here to help and restore the hearts and minds of people who seek your help and counsel. In other words, I don't push. I'm just here making you aware of it. If you're aligned, you're aligned. And when I did my first chakra clearing session for someone, that's when I saw the rose heart bloom. When the energy cleared and hit her heart also was fuchsia, and it opened into this beautiful, gorgeous
Ooh, I love
inner
that.
rose. So always honor your inner rose. Yes, because you are unique and beautiful for a reason.
I love that. Honor your inner rose.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I love that.
Yes. And if you are so called to work with me,
Yes.
I just relaunched my website. I'm super excited. I have a whole new brand. It's theroseheart.com, where you can connect with me. I have a free download where I help people with alignment, just for like gratitude and some different things to help you. So if you check that out, it's there under Root, Reveal, and Rise. There is a free download for you, and you're under no obligation. That's all. But I'm just here to help. So if I can help you,
that's the best way for them to get a hold of you.
Yes.
And eventually, probably in the next couple of months, we're going to definitely talk about, because Angela's going to try to get into speaking.
Yes.
Because she's so. I mean, we're not even touching on everything. Because it's usually I don't like to go over an hour with my podcast episodes, but there's so much information and it's valuable information, and it really makes you think. And I'm just like, my heart is full. I'm just so excited that you were here today, because you really enriched me. And that's why I love what I do, because I learned so much from my guests. And I feel like, sitting here with Angela, I was so excited about this episode, because I was like, I just want to know everything. So there's going to be times where she's going to be speaking at events. So you will hear that in the next couple weeks or months. But
Yes.
I thank you.
Thank you.
So definitely we'll have all the information below on how to get a hold of you on the website.
Yes.
And I'm just in awe about you. I really like
thank
that,
you.
because you go from like a corporate job but you're like you have this energy now that you want to spread it to the world.
Yes, and I want you to know that power is inside of you. It's not exclusive to me or to Genta. It's in you. So, honor your power, love your empathy, and share it with the world, because that's what the world needs, and that's what we're here for. So, yes.
I'm going to start singing.
Blessed.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. We're going on the road. We're going to be like we're going to have to have a name for ourselves. Listen, this was so much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much for your
My
time.
pleasure. Thank you for everything.
You'll have all the information. So make sure to tune in, because we're going to have some more things about Angela, because she's just so wonderful. So thanks again for being on Spill With Me, Jenny D.
Thank you all. Take care.
We'll do the heart.
Yes.
Yay.
Come spill with me.